Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to review the Real Housewives of Lagos season 3 episode 6. This episode continues from episode 5. They are still at the beach house, and in fact they are still at the bonfire, Dabota's bonfire, right? So we start with Dabota introducing the fire dancers to the women. Fire dancers, they are just putting on this performance, and I hear Miriam in the background shouting, "Shall go." That was funny anyway. Fire dancers were eating fire, rubbing fire on their body. Like it was a nice display. But I really wish that they showed a little bit more of the fire dancing. But from the little that I saw, I really liked it. So after the fire dancers are done, Sophia excuses herself and she gets up, she goes in. In fact, Dadem even asks her.
I'll be right back.
You want to get your phone, right?
Yeah, and I want to get something.
So she got up, excused herself, went to her room. So Mariam then tells Dabuta that she thought that Laura was going to come with Dabuta and Dadem. Then Mariam then decides to call Laura. And honestly, Dabuta doesn't seem to be bothered. The same energy she came with from episode 5, she just repeated it here. She was not bothered. So Mariam put a call through to Laura, and then Laura said she was actually, on her way coming, and then her son's school teacher called her and told her son was throwing up in school, so she had to go and get her son, and that's why she couldn't make it. And there was this statement that Dadem made in the diary room.
I don't think that Laura and Dabota I don't think they have a close relationship. If she's not calling Laura, I do not think that Laura will be offended.
I really agree with her statement. The only issue I have here is, even though Laura knew that all these kind of things was going to affect her coming to the beach house, right? Like, why didn't she tell any of the ladies? Mariam is her friend. Look, we can see now that it's Mariam that called her. So why didn't she tell Mariam about it? Why didn't she tell any other person about it? Like, I don't know. So Sophia comes back with gifts, and she then introduces, like, unlike her room, this is not intentional, whatever the hell that means. And she gives gifts to the women, and she gives every other woman except Dabuta. She even brought a gift for Laura, right? Laura that is not there, she brought the gift. She shared the gifts to the other women. She didn't give Dabuta anything, and then she went to return Laura's gifts to her room. Like, why? When she did this, you know what I thought to myself? I was like, honestly, Sophia, this is such a cheap way to start drama. It's really cheap. And it's not even really making any sense. Like, I'm not feeling it, honestly. Dabuta talks about Sophia's behavior in the diary room.
Sophia, where does it end with this, your ratchet village behavior? Like, are you not in any way, form, or shape exposed?
And honestly, I'm with Dabuta on this one. I totally agree with her. Like, don't worry, more instances will come up where you see Sophia's behavior. Like, she was just behaving anyhow, honestly speaking. It was also uncouth. Dadem also commented on Sophia's behavior.
Her not getting Dabota a gift. Why did you pick Dabota's bonfire night to share your gift, knowing that you don't have a gift for Dabota? Sophia. Yellow card for you. Warning.
And I agree. And then Sophia then talks about her room with the view of the trash or something like that. Like, it's tiring. Sophia is tiring. Like, she just kept repeating it constantly, continuously. Like, why? Like, at some points, I felt like it's not even really about the room. She's just trying her best to bring Dabuta down. For whatever reason it is now, I don't know. Because coming on this kind of show and you keep repeating that kind of sentence continuously, like, it's like she's trying to hammer it into the audience and into people who, like, as around Dabuta, who surround her. She's trying to hammer it because definitely people who know these women will be watching this show. And you keep repeating this sentence continuously and constantly, meaning that you're trying to bring Dabuta down. It's period. That's just what she's just trying to do. And I don't understand why she's doing that. After that, Dabuta tells them that they should get something to eat. And what I noticed is that Dabuta, Dadem, and Carol get up at the same time to go to the table to eat. And, they were just chatting. That's Dabuta, Dadem, and Carol. They were chatting with each other, eating food. And then I noticed that Miriam and Sophia sat there in the seat. They didn't get up. And then Miriam asked Sophia, like,
Are you okay?
I'm bored.
I know, me too.
You know what's like watching that when the host says, let's get something to eat, and some people are sitting down, don't join the others. It was here I said, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said, so many things happen off camera sometimes, so you can't really trust what you're seeing on the screen. But the way it's looking to me, from where I'm seated, watching it as a viewer, is looking like Sophia and Miriam are the original creators of this issue with Dabuta. That it's like they planned to come and cause some kind of drama that doesn't make sense, because why were the two of them sitting down and talking shit behind Dabuta's back? What is the meaning of she was bored? And then Sophia was explaining in the diary room, she has short attention span. No, girl, no. If that is some kind of excuse for that kind of statement that you made, no, it's not acceptable. Don't give me that short attention span, whatever. No, you're talking trash, like how the whole event was boring. And what's that? And then Mariam raises her glass to Sophia.
Sophia.
Mariam.
No, you chose shit like.
See, That action alone crystallizes my observation, which is that Mariam and Sophia had actually planned all these things before this event. And for Mariam to even cheer her up like that, the way I'm seeing it, apart from crystallizing that my belief, it also looks to me like Mariam is sort of pushing Sophia to do whatever she's doing, manipulating her. That is why she's cheering her on. But like I said, please let no one take my word for it. This is what I feel watching it. Like I said, so many things happen off cameras that we don't see. In fact, even this event that we're watching, so many parts have been edited out. So I can't totally see, but from the little that has been shown and from where I'm seated, that is how it looks to me. Right. So it was after the three women went back to their seats. That's when there was just a slight clip, just a little clip of Sophia going to eat at the table.
More easily. It's a bad habit.
So meaning what? Like she can't eat with the butter. You can't eat with the host. Meaning what? Anyway, after that, they start card games. The card games that they were playing in Caroline's event. Caroline brought the cards. Like she had promised in episode 5, so she brought it and they're playing this card game. The other rings the card, and the card asks, do you have a vibrator? No, the card asks who owns a vibrator. And Maya was just like, obviously everybody, let's all drink up. And
I don't own one.
Everybody now. Everybody.
I don't own one.
our professor, at this point I was like, I say you don't own Abi. Okay. In fact, Maria was not like, Maria even said, hey, our dictionary. So all the other ladies drink to that question, but Sophia didn't. And she went on again. Sophia went on again and started explaining what masturbation can do to the brain. It can, whatever, clog the brain or what. Like, I beg. At this point, it was just like, well, what are you trying to prove? Are you trying to prove that you're Virgin Mary or what? Like, auntie, just drop it, I beg. This art, we're not even finding it interesting anymore. I personally am not finding it interesting. Drop it, please. There was something that Mariam said that I agree with.
You need to Google why it should not be this. Your brain was blocked.
No, I literally just stumbled upon it.
Sophia.
Mariam said for you to... Mariam was telling Sophia that for her to go around Googling how masturbation can clog the brain, then it means that masturbation must have clogged her brain before. Okay, that was funny. Well, I understand what Mariam is trying to say, like, and I agree with her, but why do you keep repeating the same thing? She brought up this topic in Caroline's events, and she's repeating the same thing, like, auntie, I beg, you don't do. When you say so, when you give us some information once, it's already okay. Don't come here and come and inform me Virgin Mary for anybody, I beg. Sophia in the diary room was telling us that she doesn't know why they don't believe her, but all fingers are not equal, what, and what. Keep it to yourself, period. So in the middle of that discussion that they're all having, Sophia then tells Mariam,
And do the country to your brain.
Said, girl,
Because once in a while.
You should read often.
ooh, okay, I like that, because that is like, I can equate that to when Miriam told Dabuta and you are still single. So Miriam, how about that? I like that Sophia has given you a taste of your own medicine. It was wow. So Daden was commenting about Sophia's shade. Daden was saying, Mariam, in fact, I really like this Sophia. Sophia is the one that fits you very well. I like what she told you, that you should read often. I know she was not like, Sophia, I'm solidly behind you. And then Mariam in the diary room was
Like, why is Daden putting her mouth now?
That statement again crystallized my theory that this was all planned. Because if Sophia should say such a statement and Mariam is not angry, then they must have planned it before they came there to display whatever they were displaying. That's how I saw it. Because honestly, Mariam just shook it off. She wasn't angry. And the Mariam that I know is angry at the littlest things. So it was pre-planned. While the Daden was saying, no, Sophia, I'm solely behind you. Like, she was tapping Sophia on the shoulder. And Sophia, like, kind of like flinched. Like,
Go on,
I don't know what you're saying, girl.
like, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, when she flinched, I was like, what's doing this one? So Sophia flinched away from Daden. And she told Daden that she doesn't understand the Yoruba that Daden is saying. And so Daden translated whatever she was saying. The answer that she gave Daden was rude.
Right on.
Me, I'm a one-man report. I don't need anybody.
Okay. Sorry, it's not that cheap. I'm just
So in the diary room, Sophia was explaining that she doesn't like people that she doesn't know to touch her. You see, at this point, I was just like, this Sophia is just so pretentious. Like, just drop it. We can see through all this art. She was also pretentious. What do you mean by you don't like people that... What's... Yeah, so she's so pretentious, and at this point, making that kind of statement and acting in that kind of way, I'm also reading it as she believes that she's better than Daden and Dabuta at this point. And so that's why she's feeling... I read it as pompous. She's feeling pompous, right? And I'm wondering why you'll be feeling better than the people that are there. You're all on the same platform. Sophie, you're all on the same platform. So you're not better than anybody. And nobody's better than you. So just get off your high horse, honestly. Anyway, they just continue with activities. And most of the remaining activities wasn't shown here. And that's where the first day ends at the bonfire. So we move to the second day. So on the second day, Sophia calls Anita, her friend, and tells her about the beach trip. And she goes to show Anita the view of her room. And yes, the view that she actually showed, actually she's right. Sophia is right about the trash stuff.
Let me show you. Let me turn the camera around.
Oh, I'm panicking.
Can you see the trash?
Oh.
Why can't I see the trash? Right there. And everybody else has a view.
There's a trolley bin downstairs.
There's definitely a trolley bin right there. Thank you for spotting it, my dear.
And she also told Anita about this raffia rug that was bringing out balls and all this stuff. Like she was just like complaining to Anita, telling her about everything. And Anita decided to advise her on how to handle the situation.
Let me tell you how I feel right now. Don't let them throw your balance. You know what I mean? Don't let anyone try it.
Anyways, I'll talk to you later.
But I'm so pissed that Anita's advice was edited out. I'm so pissed. When Anita was about to talk, they just cut it out. And why am I saying I'm pissed? Because we need to know. I need to know if Anita is actually giving Sophie terrible advice that is making her to act the way she acts around these women. Honestly, I really wish it wasn't edited. Watching this thing at times can be sort of annoying because there are some very, very important details that they just cut out. Like, let me give you an instance, right? There was this issue in season 1. Sorry for taking us back to season 1. There was this issue in season 1. Something happened in Laura's fashion show. And so something happened. We saw Toyin showing Chioma something on her phone. I think those of us that watch season 1 will know what I'm talking about. We'll know what I'm talking about. She was showing, and then Chioma says in the diary room that Toyin was showing her the designs of her own clothing brand when they were actually sitting down there watching Laura's fashion show, right? So the issue was brought up in the reunion, right? Toyin was saying that it was Chioma that asked to be shown those pictures. And Chioma was saying it's a lie. It was Toyin that was disturbing her, showing her those pictures, saying that her designs are better than Laura's. And because the argument was so heated and both of them were, standing on their points. And Toyin said, I would like them to go back and play that clip so that we can hear the conversation. But to my greatest surprise, it was not shown. It was not shown. Till date, we don't know what happened. So we don't even know who is telling the truth and who is not. And that thing is seriously infuriated me. I was so angry. Like, why? I was like, this is reunion. At least, even if you don't show us things during the show, at least show us something in the reunion. So that's another thing I'm pissed about. Sorry, I'm just ranting a little bit here. I also follow Real Housewives of Nairobi. I watch it as well. And that's what I like about Real Housewives of Nairobi as compared to Real Housewives of Lagos. For Real Housewives of Nairobi, whenever there's an argument, there's a disagreement, and you see the women saying, no, that's not what I said, that's what I said, immediately, they wouldn't even ask, right? The unseen footage will even be showed. Not even what happened that we saw, unseen footage that was edited out, it will be shown. So I don't know why for Lagos, we don't usually see unseen footages. Honestly, it's annoying, and I really wish that they can change that. Just change it. Like, that's the one thing I beg the show to do. Change it. Show us unseen footages when we need them to be shown. Why was I ranting? Okay, I was ranting because I said Anita's advice to Sophia was edited out. And I really wanted to know if Anita is actually giving Sophia good advice or not. Another thing Sophia mentioned to Anita was that Dabuta was actually angry that she came in her own jetty instead of coming on Dabuta's yacht. Although she doesn't know it's a yacht, she calls it boat. Instead of coming on Dabuta's boat. And she kept saying,
And I was like, honestly, nobody told me, like, it wasn't communicated to me that we have to, come and do commercial,
where is that coming from? What does she mean by you do commercials? Where is that coming from? Honestly, you see this Sophie, when Sophie was introduced to us in episode 4, and she gave her intro, I saw the way she interacted with the women, like I really, really held her in high esteem. But at this point, honestly, she has just disappointed herself. It's not me she's disappointed because right now, the way she's going, I'm so irritated. Like when she just speaks, I'm so irritated because of some of these things that is just coming out of her mouth. And I just hope that, let me rant again a bit, or let me just drop this here. I just hope that this thing that she's doing wouldn't tarnish her image further because we all know Sophie and she has had a lot of controversies in the past. And I just wish that she could use this opportunity to redeem herself. But like she's not going that route and I don't know who's giving her that advice. If I could see any of her advisors, this is what I'll just tell them. Please advise this lady to act right so that she can redeem herself in the sight of the public. But because this is she's doing, it's just going to make her case worse. I rest my case. So the next thing, we see Carol and Mariam, having a massage. They get to talking. They bring up Diadem. Diadem comes up in the conversation. And Carol was then telling Mariam that she's really angry and annoyed at Diadem because what happened was that after, even as they were running late the day before, and she had called Dabuta to explain that she'd be running late, Dabuta had said it was fine and Dabuta had let it go, but she's surprised that Diadem is still holding on to it. And why is she saying that Diadem is holding on to it? She said when they came out for the bonfire, there was a way that Diadem was, arranging her face. Her face was kind of like standoffish. She was having that kind of look. And that she's so annoyed because when they were actually coming, that she kept communicating with Diadem all through the trip. That was when she was with Sophie and Mariam. She kept sending text messages to Diadem saying where they are and apologizing and stuff. So she wasn't really expecting that. She has apologized so many times. She wasn't expecting that Diadem would still give her that kind of look. And that's why she was angry. Whereas at the same time, Mariam then tells Carol about her experience with Diadem and saying that, Diadem, when she was talking to Dabuta on the phone, Diadem was raising her voice at her and what. They just gossiped about Diadem there. That's what happened. And let me tell you guys something. As they were saying all this, right, Dabuta had walked in on them from behind and they didn't know, so they kept talking. And Dabuta just walked in like she didn't hear anything.
Darling, I really don't want to be, because if I apologize to you and you're still giving attitude, even when
Exactly why I have to bring it up. You feel some type of way, if you understand. So I have to bring it up.
Hi.
They sat down, just asking them about their nights and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, I knew that Dabuta heard everything. But she just decided to act like she didn't see anything. That's the mature thing to do anyway. So, when Dabuta joins them, they now decide to bring up the show that them with Dabuta, talking about how she was giving them that kind of look and stuff, and they didn't like it and everything. So Carol said she and Mariam have discussed it, and what she just wants to mention here is that she has decided is that she will just ignore Dadem because she doesn't really want to take it up with Dadem anyway. She's that pissed. And Mariam said no, that she wants to take it up with Dadem, so she's going to talk to Dadem. They are going to bring it up later that day and discuss it. So Carol was like, fine, if Mariam, if you want to discuss it with her, it's okay, but I'm not willing to discuss it with her. I'll just ignore her and continue with whatever I'm doing here. So Dabuta says it's okay for them to bring it up. And then Dabuta then talks about Sophia's attitude, how she has behaved, how she doesn't like it. And Carol was then explaining the reason why Sophia is late, that, she invited Sophia for this getaway. So if she was going to be coming by 1 p.m., Sophia too would be coming by 1 p.m. So Dabuta shouldn't really take it out on Sophia, right?
it did make Sophia feel bad, because Sophia actually came with me. So if peradventure I came by 1 p.m. or 1 a.m., Sophia would have had to come by 1 a.m. because I am the one that brought her. The attitude should have been more on me, not really on Sophia.
And let me tell you guys, while this conversation is going on, I just noticed something about Miriam, because Miriam wasn't actually contributing to this conversation about Sophia. But looking at her,
It was with Sophia's approach to certain things, but again, I'm hoping that at some point during the day we'll all be together.
Miriam had this kind of like sly smile. In fact, it was almost a laugh. Miriam almost laughed when they're talking about Sophia, but she kind of like forced it down, so it became a smile. From where I'm sitting and from what I saw, that smile was not divine at all. And I'm wondering, but again, like I always say, I might be wrong because we don't see what's going on off camera. Anyway, they end discussion with Dabuta. Dabuta tells them to have a nice time. She leaves them. We see Dabuta on the phone with her daughter, telling her, just asking after her. And her daughter was like, Mommy, I really wished I could come with you on this outing. And her mom was explaining that this is an outing for adults. That's why she didn't take her daughter alone. What will I say I noticed about this scene? What I noticed is this. The scene is off. There was an issue with the editing, from what I understand. Why am I saying this? Because the massage that Carol and Mariam were having happened in the morning. And this next scene of Dabuta talking to her daughter is in the night.
I'm fine. How are you?
So I don't know why something went wrong with the editing. The next thing now shows Sophia at the pool. And it's morning time or early afternoon. That's why I said there was an issue with the editing, because that timeline, there was a problem there. Anyway, Sophia was at the pool. She was reading this book, Psychology of Money. Carol and Mariam come to meet her there at the poolside. When they get there, Sophia is like, well, Mariam, how come we are twinning with our glasses?
Why are we twinning with glasses now? What's going on? I need to back up, okay? Wow. It's a thumb.
They were twinning they are twinning with hairstyles. I mentioned that in episode 5 review. Here they are twinning with glasses again. How come we're twinning? And even when the issue of twinning with hairstyles came up in episode 5, I remember Sophia saying in the diary room, great minds think alike, and then you're twinning with glasses. Mariam and Sophia have formed a group. It's just obvious. Like when I saw that issue with the glasses, I'm like, okay, these people are actually closer than they are showing us. They are closer than they are portraying it to us. And it's quite obvious, because why will you randomly have the same hairstyle? And why will you randomly have the same pair of glasses? And you remember when they were going to Carol's events, they just randomly seem to take the same color of their gowns. Okay, let's see how the friendship goes. We are watching. When Carol and Mariam get there, they ask Sophia what she thinks about the night before. And Sophia says, she found it boring. And Mariam was like, after all the shit, you found it boring. They just laughed over it, right? And so Sophia was then talking about how she doesn't know why Dabuta is angry that she came in her own jetty. And she mentioned that statement again. You have to do commercial. I don't. And Carol was like, wait, what was that? Even Miriam too. So then Sophie was trying to do some kind of damage control. Just yapping about something. Mariam in the diary room says that
She's just shading you with demure behavior.
Sophia, she likes the way Sophia shades. She shades with demure. That's not how to shade with demure. No, honey. She has missed it totally. And Carol in the diary room is talking about,
is that a shade? If it hits you really harsh, then you're commercial. If it doesn't, then you're not commercial. Whatever it is what it is.
So meaning what? Carol also agrees with what Sophia is saying. Sophia then complains about the AC in her room, complains about whatever, the box. She had just been whining from the day before. She's just been, like I said, the complaint began to sound like nursery rhymes. She just kept repeating it like, oh my God. I couldn't wait for this their staycation to be over, just so that Sophia just keeps quiet. I'll stop hearing this nursery rhyme that she's singing around. So they also get to talking about Dadem, and Sophia also says, yes, she also notices that, she also noticed that Dadem was actually cold towards her, like they now start talking about Dadem. Honestly, these women, like from what I saw personally, from Dadem's behavior, she did not ask cold. This is the Dadem that when it was time for them to eat, and she followed Carol and Dabuta to the table, she was actually cracking jokes with Carol. And Carol was laughing. Is that how someone who asks cold, is that how they behave? This is the same Dadem that when Sophia took excuse that she wanted to go up to the room, it was even Dadem that asked, do you want to get your phone?
I'll be right back.
You want to get your phone, right?
Yeah, and I want to get something.
Is that how to add cold to someone? This is the same Dadem that was even laughing and saying she really likes the way Sophia is shading Mariam and that she's behind Sophia's back. Is that how someone that asks cold, is that how they behave? Like, honestly, these people, they just fabricated this issue of Dadem being cold, and I have my own hypothesis on the reason why they did that. But let's continue with this review. So anyway, Carol tells Sophia that they are going to bring up the issue of Dadem being cold later that night. So it's better that Sophia just airs her opinion out instead of gossiping behind Dadem's back. It's better they just say it to her straight and whatnot. They just, anyway, from what I can understand in that episode, right, they are kind of like encouraging Sophia to say whatever is on her mind.
I like how you handled yourself, by the way, Sophia. I love it when a woman knows her worth, stands by it, you understand, and, shows that I know my value. And to be said, whether it's a shade or not, I just want you to keep
trying to be shady. I was just
whatever
whatever
it is.
I don't have to chat.
Just keep standing up for yourself.
One thing I liked was the fact that you were feeling it, you expressed yourself.
It's not like that advice is wrong. I'm not saying don't say what is on your mind. It's not saying that advice is wrong, but filter whatever you want to say. Filter it. And anytime you have something in your mind and it's not necessary, whatever you're saying is not necessary, then just drop it. There's no need to say something that's not necessary, honestly speaking. But like I said, the advice they're giving her is good. It's better to say your mind and say what you want to say to the person's face than gossiping behind the person's back. But from the way I've understood Sophia up to this point, I fear that she will misunderstand whatever it is that they are saying. And I believe she did. And I'll mention later on in this review why I say that she did misunderstand this advice that they're giving her. Anyway, Sophia in the diary room was talking about how she's a very confident person and what. Honey, you're saying these things in the diary room, but you're not showing us. When you're with the ladies, you're not showing us that you're confident. Because a confident person won't start up shit where there's none. My personal opinion, you won't start up shit where there's none. You won't go to the room and bring gifts and share for everybody and exclude one person. It just shows that you feel little next to the person. This is basic human psychology. I'm not trying to shade anybody. I'm not trying to insult anybody. Human psychology. And yes, okay. Carol also brought up that issue while they were at the pool, right? She was saying, Sophia.
Like, who told
I'm
you
not
to
even
stand
trying
up,
to be
to
shady.
go to your room to bring the outfit right there and
It
then?
literally crossed my mind
It crossed
in
your
that
mind.
moment, and I was like, do it.
You brought Laura's on and still took it back upstairs. Why didn't you give Dabota Laura's on when you gave everyone?
Because that's not Dabota's measurement. Everyone that I made
So
an
why
outfit
didn't you wait
for,
to give all of us in the room?
because I
Probably
felt
didn't make
like
her
giving
feel
you
good.
guys. I didn't know that it was... Okay, can I say something?
Miriam's neck barrier. Why was it that moment in front of her?
Okay, I'm just going to say it. I did not like how she came at me.
Do you know what I've noticed then? Sophie will do rubbish, and then when she's challenged, she starts bringing up these dumb excuses because when she gives this, it doesn't make any sense. So she was just talking about, no, I would have given her, it's just I don't have her measurements, and whatever she was saying didn't make any sense. But what I'm saying here is this, right? Even though I'm really angry about Carol's behavior, like Carol is just behaving in a way that I don't understand, and I don't know why, although I have my theory again, but like once in a while, or from time to time rather, I'm saying that Carol is really handing out very good advice to Sophie. The problem is that Sophia is not getting it. That's the issue. She's not getting it, or is it that she's not following the advice? Before I continue, let me just state it here. The reason why, like I said, from what I saw watching this episode, Dadem was not acting cool to anybody. She was just being herself. But these three women have already started to establish the fact that she was being cool. And like I said, I believe that there's a reason. I have my own theories that I found, and it is this. They came extremely late. They refused to go with Dadem on her yacht. And they probably sat and thought about it, and they know that there's no excuse in the world that they can give that will make that thing go away. So what do? They want to throw everything on Dadem's shoulders. I don't know if you get it. They want to use Dadem to deflect from where they've gone wrong. That's how I see it. So that instead of the focus to be that you guys came late and you guys came with Sophia's boot, right? You guys disrespected us. The issue now, so they wanted to deflect it to be that why is Dadem angry when even Dabota is not angry? What is her own? Why is she carrying it on her head? That is what they want to do. That is how I am saying it. That's what they want to do, honestly speaking. That's my theory, right? The activity for the night was a pageant thing, eco-friendly pageant that Dabota has organized. So the women were supposed to come in an outfit that has eco-friendly colors, right? So Dabota arrives first, and the next person that arrives is Mariam. They greet each other. They are them next, and then Carol. So when these four people are seated, right? Dabota brings it up and says, have you guys discussed with them what you told me? They said they haven't, so that was like an intro to start that discussion. So when they started saying it that, Dadem was acting cold, in fact, what was the word? There was a word Carol used.
Adam's wall face.
And then she was acting cool towards them, and like honestly, Dadem was really confused. And like Dadem actually like sat up, to face them, to hear what they have to say. And I really like that.
Miriam Trojo.
I want to hear what people have to say about me. And they kept saying it, and you are cold, your behavior had changed. Carol was saying something about the way you were acting towards me for my events is not the way you're acting towards me now. And I'm like, Carol, that's not excuse enough, right? The time that you had your events to this time now, a plethora of things could have happened to Dadem. Numerous things could have happened to her. So if her mood has changed, is that enough reason to say she's personally angry at you because of what? Carol talked about, she thought it was only her, but it's like a general complaint, like they are complaining about it generally and stuff. And then was also confused, like generally, like who else is saying that? I was acting cool towards them. Mariam said, she even commented on it when she came out for the bonfire. She said, then why are you squeezing your face? And they all laughed about it. And then Daniel was, honestly, she was confused because she just kept pressing. What do they mean? What do they mean? Why would they say that she's cool? She isn't cool. She wasn't cool towards anybody. Like, what do they mean about that? And then, Carol was trying to emphasize the point. You were cool. And then asked Miriam, was I acting cool towards you?
It's alright. You said general thing. Do you feel I was doing an attitude as well? No.
Miriam said no. Caroline's face just changed. And then it was in the diary room. Caroline was just, telling us that she's sorry.
I feel Miriam left me on this conversation with Dadem because during our massage, Miriam complained the most about the coldness and the attitude. She complained about quite a few things. And then also about she talking to Dabota over the phone and Dadem was shouting in the background. So I feel Miriam should have called out Dadem on that and corrected her. And probably I come along because really the only thing Dadem did to me and to Sophia was to give us cold shoulders. I was just shocked that she didn't talk to Dadem about it. Rather, the focus was literally on me.
And I'm like, that's what you get for people follow. That's what you get when you're planning with somebody behind you. You can't trust people. Hello, Carol, don't you know? You can't trust people. Let me tell you. I'm sorry, let me try to stop laughing. If you hear all the things that Mariam has been saying in the diary room about Dadem, you would think that by the time they start that conversation, Mariam will just give Dadem this like dirty slap, or just give her this hard punch, and just do it. I swear to God, Mariam chickened out. So it's a simple question: have I been good to you? She said no. See, I don't know why. Is it that Carol did not really? Anyway, I don't want to totally blame Carol. Like in season 1, she didn't really get the chance to study Miriam up close, right? So maybe that's the issue here. Miriam is all mouth. If you be following this Miriam for season 1, she just mouth. She just yaps about everything. When it's time for action, she can't do shit. Not even insult. Miriam can't even insult. Look at now. Look at what happened in season 2 between she and Faith. Thinking that she could talk, she was just running her mouth, and then Faith just made one statement. But she intelligent do like, what was it? And Miriam didn't have a comeback, so she lost her shit. She just kept ranting and talking. Then said she wasn't being cold to anyone, right? And that people have personal problems that they are facing, so they shouldn't assume that the way she's acting or the way she was acting. She said even she didn't notice that she was acting like that, so they shouldn't assume that she was doing it because of them. She has so many things that she's going through on her own, right? So and that's what ended the conversation. Sophia walks in and she walks in with this gown, and Carol said, "Oh, is that the jellyfish gown you're telling me about?" And she said, "Yes." And actually, yes, that gown looks like she wore a jellyfish. She said it's from her brand, right? So Dadem in the diary room mentions that she's offended that Carol and Miriam are gossiping about her behind her back. And of course, yes, that's what she'll think. Because for the two of them to start saying she was cold when she knew she was not, and even I watching it did not see her as being cold. I don't know. So yes, it's okay for her to think that. So when Sophie comes, Dabota asks about Sophie's room, and then Sophie says the AC has been handled, is working well, and they're able to take out the raffia mat and whatnot. So at her taking out the raffia mat, and then she still mentioned it again that she hates her room, and Dabota just straight up talks to her like she has been repeating that sentence ever since she got there, saying that she hates her room. Dabota says Sophia has just been complaining so much for someone who is a secondary guest, who is a +1. She's Carol's +1. So she's not expecting Sophia to complain so much about that room. And then Dabota explains the reason why she gave Sophia that particular room.
You're a secondary guest here by proxy of Caroline, the +1. So obviously the structure of this place only allows for 4 people to be facing the water. And these beautiful ladies I've been spending a lot of time with. You've hosted me, treated me with respect. Obviously, I wouldn't give you preferential treatment over them.
the explanation to me is okay. It's hurtful, right? I'm trying to put myself in Sophia's shoes here. Hearing that and saying that's the reason why I should be in that room with the trash in front of it and the gates. It's hurtful, but like we have to understand like that is just what it is what it is exactly. She can't give the other women that kind of room when they treated her wonderfully in their own events. So I get it. But Sophie now, she gets repeating her nursery rhymes. Dabuta says she doesn't appreciate the fact that Sophia keeps referring to her room, saying that it's a room with a trashy view. She doesn't like it. And Sophia was just, emphasizing it. But it's a trashy view. There's trash. There's literally an island of trash in front of it. And what. Dabuta says...
Yeah, but you're Caroline's friend. And if anything, Caroline is more responsible for you than I am.
And immediately, Carol just did not like that sentence. Carol was really pissed. Dabuta said that. And
I don't feel responsible for why is it? It's not my event. You invited all of us. You're fully aware that Sophia is coming because why would you have her picture there if you were not aware? Dabuta says she was the one that handpicked the picture. I didn't sit with Dabuta when she handpicked the picture. I didn't send any picture to her. So for you to take that time to handpick someone's picture, put it on the board, and yet you say I am responsible for the person or the person is my friend. Come on, girl. Are you slipping?
I want to put it out here that it's not a great thing to say. In all of this now, this is the only place I'll fault Dabuta. You invited these women. You can't now say one of your guests should be depending on another guest. So I don't know where that is coming from. She shouldn't have said that, and that's not what she's supposed to do. But I don't want to completely fault Dabuta here. The reason being that Carol had mentioned it in this episode times without number that she's responsible for Sophia because she invited Sophia. She had mentioned it times without number.
For Sophia, I brought Sophia on this getaway. The girl literally came with me.
I brought you here, so you have to be comfortable.
So for her to now be angry that Dabuta is repeating the same thing that she has been saying is what I don't understand. Dabuta says for Sophia to come and say that the room is trash is rude because that hotel is like her space because she's hosting them there. She considers it her space. She tries to explain that if she goes to Sophia's house, she won't tell Sophia that a particular room in that house is trash. No, it is rude. So Sophia shouldn't mention such rights. And I understand where she's coming from. From that line of reasoning, I get it. So at this point, they are just talking to each other back and forth. Sophia, Dabuta, they are talking, responding, and the other women just shut up like, wow. And Dabuta kept mentioning, yeah, secondary guest, yeah, +1. So it was in the middle of that Carol then, comes in and says, Sophia is not a +1. She's supposed to be here. She has equal rights with every other lady that is here. So like, she's not a +1. She's part of the group, and she's everybody's friend. And it was there that then just immediately came in and said,
Your friend, she's a friend to every single
Not
person.
your friend. At this point,
She told me yesterday that she's a woman Mopo. I tried to extend the hand of friendship towards her.
That was not a hand of friendship. You said you were joking. I was joking too. It was a kiki, innit?
You said something to her, and I said I got
She's
you.
part of the group.
I said I got
She's
you.
not
And you
just
said
my friend.
no, don't get him.
She's part of the group.
I'm staying on my lane.
see, for Daden to come and say this in front of the women, I just wish that Sophia realized that she has made a very big mistake there. A very, very big mistake, because if anything should happen with her relationship to either Mariam or Caroline, she will have no one to run to, because we can already see from this exchange that she's going to have a very big problem with Dabuta. And then the way she shunned Daden, you understand, Daden has already taken note of that. So if anything should happen, she'll have no one to run to. That's why I said, I really want to know the people that are advising this Sophia. I want to know, is it that they are giving her advice and she's not taking it, or they are not even giving her this good advice at all? When Daden said that, Mariam said she doesn't know why Daden put her mouth in the issue. She had just left them. Like, I was like, Mariam, are you like sort of enjoying what is going on? And why is it that Mariam is on Daden's case? Like, allow the man to express herself. Calm down now. Dabuta and Sophia, they continue with their exchange, and the issue of the boat came up. And Sophia repeated it again. I don't need to rent a boat. I own a boat. Like, auntie, stop. It's enough. Stop repeating it. And she talked about being commercial and all this. What is this? Like, you keep repeating it. Stop it. And then she kept saying, why will I travel all the way to Lekki from Banana Island to come and meet you?
I didn't travel to Lekki to get on a boat that I could have easily come and meet you with.
Yes,
the conversation is over. The conversation is over. The conversation
you didn't travel to Lekki. Are you dumb? You live in
dumb.
What do you mean by you're traveling to Lekki because I refuse to travel to Lekki and somebody first? People live everywhere in Lagos, my dear. People live in Aja. People live in Ikorodu. That's what they can afford.
I never said there was anything wrong with that. You're dumb. And I wasn't trying to be condescending
about communication. Travel all the way to Lekki. Everybody lives in different places in Lagos.
You're dumb.
What are you talking about? Please shut up with that.
What is Sophia trying to say? Is it because what she's trying to say that people who stay in Lekki are less than? Is that what she's trying to say? And she was like, no. Sophia was like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. The conversation is over. I'm like, Auntie, hello. Oh, because Dabuta has pointed out what you are really trying to say. You are saying the conversation is over. It's not over. And I like the way Dabuta continued. It's not over. I was very happy that Dabuta didn't stop. And you know what I realized? At this point, like, Sophia didn't have any ammo. She just thought she could just spew anything that comes out of my mouth and there'll be no repercussion. And then Dabuta pointing it out now, she has realized how much of a mistake that she has made. Because yes, that's what she's doing. She's being condescending. Repeating this, you're the one that has to go commercial. What are you trying to say? Repeating the fact that she lives in Lekki, what are you trying to say? So, and that's the issue. Like, she has been repeating these sentences from the day before. Just stop. You've been watching this part and seeing how Dabuta corrected her. I like it. I really like that. But what I just thought of there when I was watching that particular episode, I remembered in episode 4 when Sophia was saying the new boyfriend that she dates is into quiet luxury and he's teaching her quiet luxury. And I'm like, am I really sure that that's what is going on? Because if you're actually learning quiet luxury and you're into quiet luxury, you wouldn't be saying these sentences. If you're into quiet luxury, you wouldn't try and prove that you are better than somebody because you have a boat. Quiet luxury will go to Dabuta's place in Lekki and join her on the yacht. That's what quiet luxury does. It is when it's time for your own event, then you show them that you have your own boat. That is what quiet luxury does. So like, I don't want to say, from where I'm sitting, it looks like this person is actually exaggerating whatever is going on in her life. That is how it looks to me. So Dabuta in the diary room said that, she said that
I really don't know what transpired behind the scenes. And because Sophia has spoken in many ways and said so many things, I wouldn't put it past her that she's lying.
Because if you really eat, right, you will never mention it. And Dabuta says in the diary room that she says she regrets agreeing or allowing Carol to bring Sophia at that point. She really, really regrets it. And I can understand. Like, honestly, Sophia was just trying to be the boss of the show. It was annoying, it was irritating. Then on top of that, she was trying to lecture them about masturbation and brain fog. So Carol in the diary room said Dabuta shouldn't have used derogatory words on Sophia. You don't use derogatory words on your guest. Hello. Auntie Carol, were you not there? Who started using the derogatory words now? Were you not there? It was Sophia that started by saying Dabuta is commercial, by saying Dabuta is like a resident, by saying this, by saying that, by saying trashy people. Why are you saying she shouldn't say derogatory words? No. Do you know what I believe? I organize an event, I invite people, and one guest is trying to misbehave, trying to disgrace me, trying to put me down in front of the other guests I invite. Yes, I will use the derogatory words on you. And someone like me, I will throw you out of my space. I will throw you out of my house. You don't need to be there. Let's try and put ourselves in these people's shoes now. Why will you go organize an event, try and make everything possible, try and make everybody comfortable, and then somebody is coming to make a mockery of whatever you've done? You get out of my space. I will throw you out straight. So that one that Carol was saying, and that statement made me to realize that Carol doesn't have Dabuta's back. And I don't know what happened between that episode that she went to see Dabuta and she promised to always have her back. I don't know what has happened from then till now, but Carol is not behind Dabuta. That is all I can say. And like I said before, I think I have a theory for it. I'm guessing no, but I just hope it's not the issue of the breakfast that Dabuta didn't eat with Carol. Carol said when Dabuta served her breakfast, she didn't eat out of it. I just hope that's not what this is about. Dabs and Sophie got into it. They were really replying each other to the extent that Dabs decided to use curse words, the F word and all that stuff. And for somebody that is as poised as Dabuta to get to that level to start using the F word, you should know how angry she is. So they just kept going at it. And then Sophie then announces, you ganged up on me. You and Dadem ganged up on me. And Dadem is like, Auntie, wait to gang up on way. How? You are the one that said I should not interfere in your matter. You are the one that said you are one more mupu. You've just been acting the way you like. And we've been watching you. And then you said, no, we did not gang up against you. And then Mariam in the diary room says, that's why she didn't want Dabuta to contribute in the matter because she was afraid of this whole gang up. Mariam, what are you trying to do? There is gang up. I watching it, know that there's gang up. So stop trying to make it look like as if you're innocent. There's gang up, but the issue is that Sophia is not being the one ganged up against. It is Dabuta and Dadem that are being ganged up against. That's what I can say. And Sophia in the diary room was now singing this song.
The lifestyle cost that you don't know, hey, that you don't know.
After all that had happened, Sophia singing that song really made me to hate the song immediately. Honestly, I don't think I'll be able to play that song around me. And I love that song. I used to love that song so much, but this lady has used it in the wrongest context, in the most annoying manner. I don't want to ever hear that song around me. What do you mean by the life cycles? This is what we're saying. Auntie, you don't have quiet luxury. Auntie, you don't have somebody that has quiet luxury will not sing this song at this time. In the midst of that conversation where they were talking, and Dadem just told Sophia that Sophia shouldn't come for her. And then Sophia said,
Sophia, please don't wait. What? Don't come for me, please.
Are you an Uber driver?
Sophia, you will still regret all these things that you're doing. You will still regret it because you see these people you are trying to impress by misbehaving like this. By the time they come for you, you won't have anybody to save you. By the time they come for you, you won't have any arms to run into. That's all I can say at this point. Sophia was telling us in the diary room at this point, she knows that Dabuta and Dadem, they've had a discussion about her before now. They really ganged up on her. Like, hello. See, it was this statement that she made that just came to the conclusion that you see this Sophia, she's acting exactly like Annie Dibia in Young Famous and Africa. You know this kind of people that they go look for your trouble, and then when you come for them, they start playing victim. That's exactly what Sophia is doing. Sophia is Annie Dibia. And then it was the rubbish that she said in the diary room, that Sophia said in the diary room.
At this point, I'm ready to go home. Because ni bana so rainy wayo. Bana so rainy wayo. I don't want it as I hate see finish.
What are you even saying? You went to go and look for trouble. When I hear Magana Banza, you speaking from your mouth like, auntie, just go. If you know that you are not comfortable in that place, and you know that you are not on these women's level, and you feel that you are better than them, just get the fuck out. Like, seriously. And then yes, the daughter actually mentioned that in the diary room. She said she was seriously holding herself because what she wanted to say was at the back of her tongue. She wanted to tell Sophie to pack her bag out. And honestly, that's the thing where I feel. And I feel that's the way so many people too feel. And anyway, the daughter just said, I'm done with the conversation. Like, I really, really like that. Like, Sophia have been saying it since. They've not even thrown bullet though. As she had been saying it was over. The daughter faced her. Then when the daughter was done, she said, this conversation is over. It was the daughter that ended the conversation. Girl, way to go. Way to go. So the daughter said, anyway, they should just start with the page entry that she said, so that's where this episode ends. And what are my thoughts for this episode? Though I said most of my thoughts in it, but let me just highlight some things. I think Sophia has come to bring ratchet to this show. This would have been my last point, but honestly, I can't wait. I just have to make it my first. Sophia has come to bring ratchet to this show, and I'm just so irritated and so pissed because before her coming, everybody was acting elegant and classy, and it's not like as if there wasn't any drama before Sophia came, but these women knew how they were going about the drama. It was so classy, it was so chic, it was so ladylike, just like how drama is in Mean Girls. Like, I really, really liked it. That's what I was enjoying about this particular season, because honestly speaking, you see season 1 and 2 used to give me migraine when I was watching it, because especially that season 2, like, there was just so much of ratchet behavior. I couldn't stand it. I don't know how I forced myself to finish that season to the end. So as I'm so pissed and I'm so angry that Sophia is here to bring ratchet back. Like, she just reminds me of Iyabo and Choma. And honestly speaking, if this lady should come in episode 7 and still bring this ratchetness, honestly, I'll just have to like take a break before I go back to complete the season. Because this is not what we should be doing in 2025. These women that are in this class, this is not the behavior I'm expecting from any of them, but please, can the production crew, try and reduce, try and edit. This is what I want edited out. The ratchetness is what I want edited out of this season and give me classy. And second thing I noticed, Mariam really had a lot of shit to say in the diary room, and she couldn't woman up to that day. Like, everything she was just saying in the diary room, I was like, babe, this your diary room session in episode 5 and 6 was not necessary. You would have just said everything to the person's face. Why are you now coming here to do quickly? The fact that Sophia is close and cool with Carol and Mariam, it makes her feel secure that she's the friends with the OG. She's the friends with the OGs. I don't know if you understand. It's like in a scenario where we have 3 new students in school, 3 new students. Let me explain like that. And you know, one of the students come and she's now very close friends with the students that have been there for a long time. So, you know, it's sort of giving her that kind of security that she can do whatever she wants with the new students, right? And nothing is going to happen to her. That's how I'm seeing Sophia's behavior. She's trying so hard to impress Carol and Miriam, trying so hard to be in the group of the OGs. But Sophia, if you know how this real housewives goes, especially this one of Lagos, these people will leave you in the desert and allow you to dry there. They will make you to fall flat on your face and make a mockery of you when they are done. And the last thing I'm going to say is that I'm really, really happy and impressed that Dabota and Diadem are still very, very close. Like, nothing has come to make a crack in their friendship. I really, really like that. I really appreciate that. And I just hope that they continue it. I hope that it doesn't stop anytime soon. So that's the end of this, of the review of this episode. See you in the next one. Bye.
Sophie is really moving mad at this point.